At least it wasn't Discord.
Yeah.
Alright. I'm excited.
Are you excited?
Are you guys excited?
I can feel
Yes.
it.
Alright. I'm very excited today because we're going to talk a movie I've been looking forward to since the Avengers came out. Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, before I get into it though, you may notice we have someone new with us today.
My name is Brian. I am long-term theater friends with Michael here, and I have just met Sarah and Grant.
Hi!
Greetings.
Yep, so we go way back, and then I ran into him when I was walking out of the Planes 2 review. It's like, holy shit, I haven't seen you in like 3 years. So,
Like, oh, hey, what are you doing? Watching a lot of movies.
like,
Oh,
want to come?
sounds like fun. Can I join you?
Pretty much. It was like, sure. So now we're here. So yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. This was a lot of fun.
Here, here.
Yes, it was.
I had a blast watching this movie. I fucking loved it.
I was the loudest laugher in my theater.
Oh, these two for sure were.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Well, Grant's naturally louder than me. No offense, Grant.
It's true.
Can we even see you over there?
Not really.
It's the lighting's all funky.
Grant is here. He's just hiding.
Yeah, that's how it is. Well, he's short enough. He can hide anywhere. But just
You'd be
kidding.
surprised how many times it's come in handy, actually.
Are you two about the same height?
I think.
Actually, can you take this off? Or I know in mine. In mine, it comes
Now
out.
you can try.
Okay.
Oh, okay, there you go.
There we go. Don't break my
Yay!
car.
Don't worry.
Why
His
you-
face is now visible. Oh,
There you go. All right. Ingenuity. I'll give you that. No, I'll give you that.
yep, there you go. There it is.
You're gonna get along fine.
Could be my pillow now. Face pillow.
Ian.
I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
So be it.
What was that quote in the Lego Movie, Grant? That makes him a butt pirate.
I forgot.
No way. That was in the Lego Movie?
No, that was Grant's comment during the Lego Movie.
I was like, I don't believe that. Why was that
You
in the
never
Lego movie?
put your booty on another pirate's face. And then follow
Like,
it.
that's what, yeah, because that would make him a butt
Butt
pirate.
pirate.
Touche.
Okay, so Guardians of the Galaxy. Where do I begin with this? Okay, just to appease the fans of the comic books, it's worth knowing this is the second Guardians of the Galaxy team, not the original. The original one actually took place in the year 3000. So,
Okay.
obviously they weren't going to go with that route. The one we see here is a much more newer rendition. But a lot of fans are still surprisingly pissed they aren't going with the original, even though, quite frankly, I think this one's much more interesting.
So, is this post-DNA collaboration or...
Post what?
Two of the writers who wrote Guardians of the Galaxy for a long time, their combined nickname was DNA.
Probably post, I would
Okay.
imagine. Like, this only happened, like, maybe 5 years ago?
Okay.
Like, this started up. So it's fairly new, and it's a bunch of characters nobody's fucking heard of outside. Like, you have to be a really hardcore comic fan to know Drax the Destroyer, or Rocket Raccoon, or Groot, or
Really?
Star-Lord, or anything like that. Before this movie, you ask anyone who those characters were, they just all looking really confused. It's one of the, it's really just D-list characters.
Save for one reviewer who is no longer amongst us. Because he's
Uh,
busy with other things.
Wes?
No, not him.
Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Chris has moved on to bigger and better things. Left us behind. So, that's okay. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter, clearly. No! I'm kidding, no.
Well, you made him do so many bad movies. It was
He
only...
volunteered. I didn't make him do Jack. He said, I will do Smurfs too. I didn't even have to ask. He just said, yeah, I'll do it. I was like, okay. I wasn't gonna say no. So, someone had to do it, and it wasn't just gonna be just me. Anyway, I'm getting off topic here.
So,
Guardians of the Galaxy.
these characters aren't that well known, really?
They're really not. Like, again, like even Thor was considered kind of an obscure character before the movie came out.
Really?
More so than some of the other ones. I say more so, not like horrendously so. These are like,
Yeah.
like compared to Thor, like Thor might as well be like Brad Pitt in comparison to like these characters.
Yeah.
But no, like these characters were only brought together after the second Annihilation story, and I feel like such a nerd for knowing that off the top of my head.
Well, you are the comic nerd.
I am the kind. Well, it's, you know, it kind of stands for like stand-up comedian, but you know,
But it's...
picking at straws. It applies both ways. It applies
Yes.
both ways. But Yeah, it's one of those things. It is just a very fun movie. It's very, especially this is such a gamble for Marvel, and I've said it before because it is such an obscure property, and such an out there thing comparing to the other Marvel movies done so far.
A little more mature, definitely.
I don't know about mature, just very out there. Like the Avengers introduced the concept of aliens, and I was like, fuck it. Full space movie now.
Well, I mean, mature in terms of language. Like a lot of the Marvel movies are more, geared towards, like younger audiences.
Yeah. It's like, well, this and like Captain America 2, really Marvel's really stepped it up in terms of.
Like, have they? I did not see that.
I agree.
All right.
Kind of what they're doing. Well, like
that's good.
Up to this point, like up to like about Thor 2, they're still kind of doing the tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. But with Captain America 2, like the whole tone just dramatically changed into like something like much more serious, and now we have this one is like the exact opposite, which is like way more goofy.
It's awesome.
Well, save for that dour scene in the beginning. Holy hell!
Oh, the mother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like the movie starts out. This is even before like the Marvel logo comes up.
Yeah.
It's the part where it starts out with Chris Pine's character as a little boy. Chris Pratt, sorry. Totally different actor.
Yes.
Although he might as well be. I mean, they both basically play Spock. Not Spock. Captain Kirk. I can't think today.
No, you can't.
Captain Kirk, thank you. Nobody who corrected me.
I thought this guy looked better than Kirk though, so.
Yeah, well, I know you're the the Star Trek fanatic of the group. So.
Yes.
My point is, you would be the authority on this.
I just have opinions and I state them. I think this guy was cuter than the new Kirk, so that's my.
I liked him better as a Lego character.
Well, both characters have a similar amount of goofiness.
By the way, do you watch Parks and Rec?
I do not.
I've seen it.
If you want to see the I was gonna say, if you want to see the transformation, just watch.
I've seen pictures, so I have an idea.
I've seen a few episodes, and I don't see what the big deal is about. Sorry, for any Parks and Rec fans.
Well, the point is, like, the point is he got himself seriously in shape.
Yeah, like he was the quote-unquote. Well, to quote James Gunn, he didn't want to get the chubby guy from Parks and Rec to be the main character.
Yeah, and here he is. It totally was six-pack and everything.
Yeah. Like I said,
making out with green and pink chicks. Or what was that one that Drax called him out on?
I can't remember.
The one with like the tentacle teeth?
Yeah.
I don't remember the name of the alien species. There are a lot of different alien races thrown around in the terminology of this film.
And they all look relatively human.
They all done with practical effects, though. You gotta give them credit for that.
That's what I appreciate, though.
Yeah.
It's like a lot of it's done with practical effects, and I really appreciate that. Like Drax looks pretty good, and you can tell they spent hours doing that tattoo stuff on there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I think the only one that was CG was Thanos, right?
And don't forget Groot and Raccoon.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Well, how
Groot
you gonna have
were
Rocket,
awesome.
yeah.
Groot was awesome.
Groot and Raccoon and Rocket were awesome.
Yeah, they were an excellent team.
I'm very curious
Excellent
about Rocket's origin story.
Yeah,
like,
I'm
they
curious.
Explain that pretty.
They
well.
they
touched
glanced
on it.
over it. Like it's basically he's a genetically enhanced raccoon, basically.
Yeah.
But he doesn't know that he's a raccoon.
No, he's not aware of it. And oddly enough, the raccoon is the one that's given arguably some of the most depth in the movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
And really one of the most humanized, especially when that scene they're in the bar and he gets drunk and he gets to fight with Drax.
Yes, it's a whole kind of commentary on discrimination and elitism.
Yeah. And then
I don't even know if that was just meant to be commentary. It could have just been straight up, just trying to show as we said, just humanize them.
Yeah. So.
Well, that too. One of the things that I love about science fiction is that
It's a metaphor.
Makes things
Oh, Drax.
It makes
more
it easier to open up difficult topics of discussion under the nuance and guise of ridiculous things, like a talking raccoon that likes to fire guns and get drunk.
That is such an odd sentence to say out loud, isn't it?
Yes.
Drinking, swearing, machine gun toting raccoon is a metaphor for serious topical issues. And I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it's just a weird sentence to say out loud.
Yep.
All I'm saying is this is the type of thing why I love science fiction.
Oh yeah.
This is also why Marvel's ahead of DC in the movies.
Yes.
And I saw the teaser for Batman Superman, so let's see what happens there.
No, I mean, what was the joke? It's just like, DC, It's not the right time
For a Wonder Woman movie. Marvel's over here. Here's a raccoon with a machine gun. They just don't give a shit. But okay, let me go over the basic story because there is some important geek things to talk about. I don't want this to be another hour-long review because I could easily make this a lot of geek stuff there is to talk about. But basically, the story is Star-Lord, also known as Peter Quill, gets abducted at the age of 6 right after his mom dies from cancer, which was just a harsh scene to start off with.
Like on the same night.
Like on the same night, he literally gets abducted. He goes outside after his mother dies, and boom, abducted.
Yep.
And then we fast forward like 20 years later.
16 years.
26.
Oh, okay.
You're both wrong.
Yes.
That's right there. So anyway, then it looks like he goes to an abandoned planet. He's like a thief now, basically. He captures this orb, and I almost knew immediately what was in the orb. Like, it was
Right.
Yeah.
like pretty much every comic fan pretty much knew where it was going.
Yeah.
Or anybody who's been paying attention to the universe that
The Marvel universe,
Marvel
yeah.
is setting up with these films and who watches the scenes after the movies.
That and people who actually look up what the hell the Infinity Stones, the Infinity Gems
Yep.
are.
It's pretty much the Tesseract, but the Infinity Stone. Right?
No, actually, Tesseract is one of the Infinity Stones. That's
Oh,
the thing.
it's one of them.
Yeah.
Sorry,
It's
that's
one of
my not nerd coming out.
That's why.
That's okay. That's where you hang out with us.
Because
We'll
there's a part
teach
where you
you.
actually see it like amongst all the others.
Yeah,
Right,
like
right,
you
right.
see the Tesseract from the Avengers movies. Also,
Right.
that red liquid stuff from Thor 2
Right.
is also an Infinity Stone, which the Collector also has.
Well, technically, it wasn't from Captain America.
No, it was the
the-
Tesseract was from Captain America.
That's what I meant. 'cause
Yeah,
you
it was
said-
Captain America and Avengers. And
And Iron Man. Tesseract was an Iron Man.
was it Iron Man?
There was a picture. I remember
that's
Tony
right.
Stark was reading something, and there was a picture of the Tesseract. and
Oh
Iron
yeah,
Man.
yeah.
right.
Like that was very like a blink and you miss it Easter
Yeah,
egg. I
yeah.
forgot about that.
And then there's one movie where it was basically like one of those kind of like end of the credits things before going into Captain
exactly.
America.
So, yeah, they've been-
What?
I want to say it was Thor.
I think so. Where the collector says 2 down, 3 to go.
That was Thor 2, yeah.
Yes.
And there's also the Infinity Gauntlet. It's very briefly in the first Thor.
That's
very,
what I was
very
talking
briefly.
about.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, very subtle.
All right, enough nerding. We should get on with it.
No, the nerded is important because there's so much to talk about. So basically, yeah, he gets the stone, but it turns out he gets away with it, but the Marauders, the Ravagers, I think they call them, which is the team that Star-Lord works for, or turned his back on, I guess, who basically raised him.
Abducted him, then raised him.
Abducted him, then raised him. And basically says, like, okay, I want that thing, we're gonna put a bounty on him, which leads Rocket and Groot, which is so fucking awesome characters.
Yes.
So much fun.
Yep.
Decided to collect his bounty, but they get captured, and meanwhile, there's this other woman named Gamora, who in the comic books is called, like, I think the most dangerous woman in the galaxy, I think is what her
Yep.
title is. Who's also one of the daughters of Thanos.
One of the adopted dogs.
One of the adopted daughters of Thanos. And we also got to see Thanos this movie. I was very happy about that.
And Nebula.
Voiced by Josh Brolin.
Yes, Josh Brolin. Yeah, mostly I just know that the guy from Gangster Squad. But I was really happy to see him because we got that teaser at the end of the first Avengers. Remember that? Like at the
Yeah, I
end
remember.
credit scene. You know,
Which part? No.
you never saw the end credit scene?
No, I did not.
Oh, that's why. Okay.
Wait, the first or...
the Avengers.
Yeah,
you know,
the
like
Avengers, yeah.
you never saw the end credit scene?
No.
Oh, you missed out. All right.
There was
But it basically teased Thanos right then and there. But he's basically set up to be the villain for the third Avengers. But he makes an appearance. They just cast like Josh Brolin as it not too long ago, so I got to see him take his hand at it. Very, very commanding presence, pretty much right away.
You mean Josh Brolin?
Whatever.
He
I say
said.
Brolin.
I heard him say Brolin.
No, he said Brolin.
But Brolin be brawling. I don't know. Fisticuffs. Anyway. But meanwhile, it turns out they all get captured, and meanwhile, with the prison, they meet up with Drax, and they all decide to escape together because Drax wants to kill Ronan, who is the main villain. Ronan the Accuser, for comic book fans, is quite frankly way more complex in the comic books than he's put up to be here. He's kind of pretty straightforward bad guy. But he's the bad guy. He wants to destroy a planet that I guess the Kree were in war for several years, but now they have a peace treaty, and he doesn't like that.
Several thousand years, that is.
7,000 years, and he's pretty pissed. So he wants to destroy that particular planet because I guess they killed his father and his father before him, and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
He's basically just there to be the cookie cutter bad guy,
Yeah.
which is fine. The focus is on the dynamic of the heroes, which
Yeah.
is fine because it's one of those things. you can't really have your cake and eat it too in this case.
Yeah.
Because you can spend all the time on the villain to make have a great villain, but have a shitty supporting cast with all the heroes, or you can really focus on the heroes and like actually convincing people this team can happen, and the villain kind of suffers. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm glad they went the route they did.
Me too.
But it turns out the orb holds an infinity gem, which is one of 6 gems needed, and if you do that, you have basically control all of reality, basically become a god. And that's basically where all the Marvel movies have been heading up to this point. So we'll see what happens to that with Avengers 3.
Well, Avengers 2 has to come out first.
Well, they're doing Ultron for Avengers 2, so they're definitely not going to do that then.
Interesting.
For those who know who Ultron is,
I do not.
Props.
Yep.
Because we're getting more and more obscure Marvel characters here.
I pretty much refer to these two to teach me in their.
I'm actually very minimal knowledge, but
their comic book knowledge.
Yeah. I just happen to know a lot of people who know a lot about comics, and they tend to explain these things to me.
All right, let me explain a few more things then.
That's the reason why I'm friends with him.
So they go to this place called Nowhere, which actually is like the home base of the Guardians of the Galaxy in the comic books. And it's led by a Russian psychic cosmopolitan dog named Cosmo, who makes an appearance several times in this movie.
That's who the dog was.
That's who the dog was. That was Cosmo.
Okay.
And Cosmo is amazing. He's right on par with Rocket. They actually hate each other in the comic books. It's actually pretty funny. But,
Dog and Raccoon hate each other. I wonder why.
I know, right?
Can't imagine.
But either way, just awesome character. I really hope they give him lines in the next movie. I guess they felt like they were pushing their luck with the Raccoon already.
The end credit scene didn't.
Point. We'll get to the end credit scene because oh my god, that was not what I was expecting.
I really need to be filled in on that. I'm very curious. What
massive spoilers for that, by the way.
Yeah, I'd rather we not talk about that because just
I'll put like a commercial break before we talk about it, just to give a heads up.
Yeah, a little warning.
Just to like
spoilers.
A warning. Yeah, because like that's a big thing. If you don't want the surprise ruined for you, don't even bother. But anyway. So of course it's from there is your kind of standard story of they get together, shit happens, they have to they decide to be heroes and defeat the bad guy and save the galaxy, and then become their own team and they go fly off into the distance. I mean, from there you can pretty much predict how the story's gonna go.
Yeah, that's the plot in a nutshell, and there are a lot of fun, captivating, adventurous, action-packed moments along the way, but if you want the bare bones of the story, that's basically it.
Yeah. I mean, mostly it's really funny. It's really smartly written.
Yeah.
It is. Props to the screenwriters.
James Gunn. Yeah, he's known for doing comedies. Like his last major pictures, there was it Super, which Super. I wasn't a big fan of. Slither, which I was a pretty big fan of. A couple other pictures, but yeah, he has a very quirky sense of humor, to say the least.
Evidently, yeah, it shows.
Yes.
What are your thoughts?
My thoughts, it was a different take on a Marvel movie. It was very good. It was definitely more comedy oriented, less like serious hardcore, which is a great new alternative feel. It was awesome. It was really good. Like I said, or like Michael said, the villain was a little lacking, but that wasn't the main focus of the movie. The villain was just,
he was our plot device.
He was a plot device.
One of them. Like, Grant, you and I kept catching a few references to other Marvel movies in the movie. Like, if you notice right at the beginning, we see the Collector, played by Benicio del Toro. What's his name?
Yes.
Benicio del Toro.
Yes.
You can see like one of the Dark Elves from Thor 2 just chilling in like a casing in the
as well as also one of the aliens from
the first Avengers. So, and then the end Easter egg. Still can't believe they went there.
What?
The end Easter egg. The after credit. Oh my god.
Apparently, you're actually able to see him during that scene if you look closely.
If you look closely, but I'm not looking for that. So.
We'll explain this later. I don't want to say who it is now.
I obviously missed something. I'm very curious about that.
Trust, we'll explain it all. Don't worry. We'll run you through the details.
Good.
All right. But like other than that, like Bradley Cooper knocks it out of the park as Rocket.
Yes.
Vin Diesel, for as little as he's given, I mean, granted, he said it's got to be the easiest lines to memorize in the history of cinema. Yeah. But just even then, just like the comedic acting, the body language, just overall the chemistry that he has like with Rocket and the other characters is great.
I really liked that the moment when he gave one of the kids a flower.
Oh yeah, in Nowhere, yeah.
Yeah, it was just really sweet.
You know, it's funny, I was thinking about it, this is basically the Hulk if he was way more polite. Right?
Yeah.
I was actually thinking that during one of the scenes towards the end, which I don't know why, but
Was it the part where he smiled?
Oh my god. So we're talking about Groot. I don't know if this was cleared up. We're talking about Groot.
Yeah.
Groot is a giant tree, humanoid tree.
Who only says the phrase, I am Groot. And the only one that can understand him is Rocket.
And
Yes.
Exactly.
So
I'm sorry, I'm just thinking like take that concept from a comic book and try to say how can we take this seriously on screen and be able
You
to pull it
can't.
off.
That's why. That's why it was a comedy.
So, as I mentioned earlier, I was the loudest laugher in my theater.
So Louise.
Yeah, that's what I said. Hands down, these two were
And
dominant laughers.
I couldn't help it during the scene when Groot was basically pulling his version of the Hulk, and
Yeah, we all cracked up at that scene
I
too.
busted up laughing. Nobody else in my theater laughed.
Oh my god.
That's just a shame because that smile at the end just killed us.
Yeah, the best part is after he impales like 10 people with his arm and then smashes them from side to side for like 30 seconds. Then he just looks back to the camera and smiles.
And just a big old
innocently.
innocent smile.
A big fat
And it's
innocent grin, and it's hilarious. Groot is awesome.
I'm sorry, I gotta
It's
stop you there
awesome.
for a second though, because Grant, you just did the smile for the camera, but I only saw you through the rear view mirror, and your mouth was cut off. So all I saw was this. Sorry, that is like, Jesus, what's going on back there? But, anyway.
And just for the record, the people who didn't laugh, they have sticks up their butts.
That's another thing. I mean, let's talk about Drax a little bit, because that's another.
Well, actually, that was a Gamora thing.
That was Gamora.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Gamora, yeah.
Just, it's like,
Because in all fairness,
Footloose.
it's like a lot. That's the thing I find interesting. It's like Peter Quill. He's like simultaneously like a fish out of water, but at the same time he's not. It's like
Yeah.
he understands how the universe works. It's just the things he says
are so, like different.
Or so
80s centric.
And I think that's why he's such a hero.
like and
He has such
colloquial.
exactly. He has such heroism in this movie because he's out there in the galaxy. He's just balls deep, and he gives zero fucks. Like he doesn't care. That's what's the most heroic about him is like he's just the human. I'll just say a human from Earth, just out there chilling with all these aliens.
Just
And he
why the hell
doesn't
not?
even care.
He's basically your
owns
chaotic good
it.
rogue in space.
A little bit, yeah. I can definitely see that comparison. But no, I do want to talk about Drax for a minute because in the comic books, he's originally out for Thanos and not Ronan. They kind of.
Well, they did.
They did that at the very end. But
Shoehorned it in.
yeah, they kind of shoehorned it. In the comic books, there's no massive tattoos. It's mostly just red face paint, body paint, basically. So actually, the design team kind of went above and beyond in that respect. But they really don't do him justice in the trailers. Like that's the thing. He's got great comedic timing.
He does.
He's really funny.
Nobody talks about my friends that way.
Oh, yeah.
My friends.
Even the green whore is my friend.
Yes. You, Star-Lord, are my friend. Dumb tree.
You are my friend. Even green whore.
Oh, stop!
You little furry beast.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, let's talk about the prosthetic leg. I want to go.
Yeah.
Well, it's basically just a part, they released a clip recently, but it basically says, okay, if you're gonna escape, I need these three things. I need a wristband the guards are using. I need to get a battery on the top. I need that guy's prosthetic leg. It's like a robotic leg that he uses to hop around.
Yeah.
And it's like, I need the green box in the back, and of course he rips the green box and do everything at once, basically.
No, Groot is the one that.
Yeah, Groot's just like, oh, I can help. And he
Yeah,
goes
it's
up.
like while they're like discussing the plan, Groot's just in the background.
Yeah.
Just yank it up.
Now we set off this alarm.
Yeah.
Everything's gonna shut
It's gonna set off
down.
alarm. So we're gonna want to do that last. Yoink!
Yeah. Groot
We
has,
could do it first and then just hurry.
Just improvise.
Exactly.
And then from there, everything goes to shit. And there's a hilarious part. Like, all these big, awesome. The action scenes in the movie were awesome too.
Yes,
by the
they
way.
were.
And this big, heavy action stuff going on. And meanwhile, you see like Chris Pratt talking to the prisoner like,
Peter
Quill, like, you want my what? And then the guy's like, okay, we need the, gets the leg, goes in the watch, like, what do you need this for? It's like, nothing, I just thought it'd be funny.
It's like, oh, that's a joke. It's like, are you kidding me? Oh yeah, that'd be funny. I mean, him hopping around without that thing, what it look like?
And I love that they carried it back. They carried it back in later, where they had like they're gonna team up with the Ravagers to take on Ronan. And he goes, and this, I need that guy's robotic eye. No, we don't. He goes, no. I really need it. That's for something serious. You never know. So,
and the guy with the eye, he's just like, he's really nervous, freaking out.
Well, it's like, what make heroes like that funny? It's just like they're playing characters, and they're really funny, really good characters too.
They are.
Like even like Drax is like, he's really funny because he just does everything straight face.
Yeah.
Even stuff that just you would not play
some
straight
dry
face.
comedy there. Yeah.
Because as they, to quote, his planet is very literal. Everything flies over his head, but nothing will fly over his head because he has
Nothing will fly over my head.
reflexes to catch
I'm too
it.
fast. I have excellent reflexes.
Yeah, and there's a lot of jokes in there that only humans would get that go over all of the other alien species' head, which is a little gem there.
Like, we are Kevin Bacon.
Or just like Kevin Bacon.
Just like Kevin Bacon.
And Footloose.
And
Yeah.
Footloose. Now, there's a comparison. I never
he-
thought I'd seen a Marvel movie.
Right?
He called Footloose a legend of his planet.
Okay. Like, I kind of detest like comedy moments in the big final climactic fight scene, but this is a one exception because it's really funny.
Yeah.
It's the part where Ronan gets the Infinity Gem, decides not to give it to Thanos like they originally planned, and goes to destroy the planet himself. But he's doing his big epic villain speech, and he's like, "I'm going to destroy you all, raw!"
Yeah, it's
and
like,
then you look
you
up,
shall all be salvaged and released.
and here you go, just the serious Star-Lord just dancing
Yep.
and dancing, and I'm like,
Child, things are
Yeah.
gonna get brighter.
and it's one of those
That's
things.
his
It's like,
style. That's
and
more his style as a hero. It's the comedy.
And he does what every villain would do, and he goes,
What are you doing?
"What the hell are you doing?"
Everyone would do that.
Stop that!
Stop that! Like, you're making me feel silly. Just stop.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, "What are you doing? Distraction, motherfucker!" And then boom. So yeah, in all, like, I really enjoyed this movie. It's a lot of fun.
It is.
I can probably talk more about it, but I am kind of cramped for time on this one. But overall, yeah. I would absolutely recommend this movie.
Yeah, this felt like just a great throwback to those old like 50s like B, adventure movies.
And just a great soundtrack too.
Yes. The character of Peter's mom, she has great taste in music.
Damn right.
Even with the whole cancer thing, it's kind of they're like, oh, that's a downer. Here's a raccoon with a machine gun.
Yep.
And what a glorious raccoon he was. I'm still
Yes.
sad I didn't get my talking Russian dog, but maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next
Maybe
movie.
in the sequel.
I have high hopes for the sequel.
I honestly kind of expected that in the post-credit scene after you told me that, but no, what we got was so much greater.
Oh my god.
Spoiler alert if you want to
Okay.
go into
We're
this.
done.
Wait, before we talk about it, I do want to give my little 2 cents about the movie.
Alright.
Go for it, go
Or I
for
can
it.
do that afterwards, I suppose.
No, you might as well do it now. We're gonna go in the midst of each other.
As I said, and as we all agree, it's just a very fun and funny movie.
Yes.
Great action set pieces, and like I said, it felt like a great throwback to like those old sci-fi adventure movies from like the days of yore. Like it had kind of, like the crew had a very eclectic mix of like personalities and skills and whatnot. It was really. It's hard not to like this movie. I think the only problems I had were mostly nitpicks. Like. On a technical side, some of the physics things kind of bug me. Like, wait,
That's
what?
me all the time. But
Yeah, like what was
That's
it?
all
Like how she
Marvel
just
movies.
suddenly like feels like Gamora just suddenly like teleport from like one platform to another, just like. I was like, wait, what the hell?
yeah, that's in
And
every
then
physics or
the
in
other thing that
Marvel.
bugged me that felt like more of a plot hole actually was. Okay, there's a part where like they're all attacking the ship, like the Nova Corps, the Ravagers, the Guardians of the Galaxy. And so what they do, they shoot the shield to distract them so that no one can see anything. And apparently this ship's one weakness is you only have to go underneath the shield.
Well, see, it's just that it's that whole cooling system with the hole only 3 meters wide.
No. Seriously, it's just like, wait.
Thank you for those who caught that.
Yeah.
And
But seriously though, it's like, wait, why wouldn't you have shields that cover the entire freaking ship?
because you'd be dumb enough to get that close to the ship.
I mean, it's true. Like in
It's
it,
like Roland Emmerich. He is not very good with his movies, but even in Independence Day,
Yeah.
the giant mothership
right. That actually,
everywhere.
it actually didn't bug me as much in this movie. Like, I'm totally right with you. It's totally a pet peeve in most of the Marvel movies, but this is more of a comedy, so to me, I took it a little less seriously.
You slide a little bit more.
Yeah, you can let it, and it's a good comedy too.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm willing to let go.
That's what I said. It's like
otherwise, I'm totally anal about that kind of stuff, just like you. Like,
yeah, you're gonna get along here fine.
Yeah.
but it's like, other than that though, it's like, and as you said, the cookie cutter villain, but that wasn't the focus.
Right.
Like, it's just a very fun movie to watch.
Yeah, absolutely.
And like, it definitely is one of their best ones that they made.
Definitely looks different.
Say that it's worth seeing in the theater multiple times.
I probably will go see this movie again. We saw it in 3D. I don't know if did you see it in 3D, sir?
I did.
3D was pretty good.
Yeah. Well, for some reason, when it started, the 3D glasses weren't working until.
Yeah, that's happened to us before.
And then it kind of
until somebody complained. One lens was bright pink and the other was bright green, and then somebody.
Basically, they used the wrong filter though.
Yeah, that's happened to us before. Actually, a couple times that's happened to us. Remember the Crudes that happened?
That's what it was. Yes.
But after somebody complained, I was only maybe one of 8 people in my theater, by the way.
Really?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't get that many people in our theater either. Actually, I think
okay, now I'm kind of scared because it said this movie's supposed to be making like serious bank.
I think it's just because it's a Friday matinee. I'm sure by the time it got like.
I hope.
Yeah.
I hope so too.
I'm sure everyone just saw it last night, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I think it's gonna do fine.
Yeah, I think so.
Once somebody in my theater complained and they fixed it, then I thought that the 3D was really good. I really liked the effects when they were floating in nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool. At least it didn't do what one theater did. You guys hear about this? They played Rise of the Guardians instead of Guardians of the Galaxy. Right? For those who don't know, Rise of the Guardians is the DreamWorks movie with all the holiday characters team up.
No, it was I thought it was Legend of the Guardians, Rise Al Gaul.
Yeah, that might be it. Either way, there's one with Jack Frost. And
really? I was told it was the one with the owls.
No, it was Jack Frost.
Yeah.
Well, admittedly, I would have preferred that one over the owl one. So
anyway,
Rise of the Guardians is a good movie too, but totally different.
So we're gonna take a commercial break here for a bit, and when we get back, we will talk about Howard the Duck. So, crap.
You moron!
Spoiler alert.
I'll cut off right before I say that last phrase.
Nice. We'll talk
I am the god of this video. I can put a commercial break wherever I want. I'll put another one right here.
You almost never.
And another. No, I won't. I'm not.
You almost
be a Super Bowl.
Never edit these vlogs. Are
no,
you
I don't have to edit it though. I don't
have
have to edit it though. I can just all I have to do is put the timestamp on the YouTube editing thing, and I can put whatever I want. That's
right.
It. I am the god of my YouTube channel. Do not deny my power.
And just put a little speech bubble.
About 30
Spoiler alert.
So about 30 seconds ago, we're gonna talk about.
Yep, that's where it's gonna be. Yeah, that's exactly how it's gonna go. Okay, now we're actually gonna talk about Howard the Duck. So,
holy hell, that was
this is
not
the
expected.
last thing I thought it was gonna be. We all had our different theories. You thought it was gonna be. We all knew it was gonna involve
Nathan Fillion.
And it probably still did. Nathan Fillion's supposed to be in this movie. We didn't know who.
He was. I believe he was Howard the Duck.
We think he was Howard the Duck. So Nathan Fillion is in this movie. I thought he was going to be like the actual Nova from the comic books, like Richard Rider. And you thought it was going to be, which they said they weren't going to do, but at the same time, I heard he's going to be some kind of superhero, so that was my first guess. And then...
right. So yeah, I thought it was going to be Peter Quill's father, because actually when I think about it, he does look kind of similar to him.
He does.
Yeah, because he totally looks... Maybe he still is, we don't know. Maybe that'd be the twist. But no, we were so wrong. It opens up with the Collector, and he's getting licked by Cosmo.
And drinking...
And drinking some, I'm assuming, alcoholic beverage.
Oh! Okay, Nathan Fillion was actually one of the inmates.
Oh, son of a bitch. Alright, well...
Now we have to double check, see which one he was.
Okay, you look at that up, I'm gonna talk about this. And then it just, so you hear a voice says, "Why do you let him lick you like that?" And when you turn it over, there is Howard the Duck. For those who don't know, is a Z-list Marvel superhero who actually knows what's called quack fu. I'm not making this up.
Wow.
He had a movie that was directed by George Lucas way back when. I think it was back in the, 70s? 80s? And it was a horrible film. Absolutely horrible film. But it was one of those, we kind of just said, he's never gonna appear in a movie again. But here he is in the fucking Guardians of the Galaxy. He pops up everywhere just pretty much as a running joke. Just everywhere. He even appears in the Lego Marvel superhero game as a playable character. He carries around like a bazooka.
And he also killed Ash in one of the Marvel vs. was it Army of Darkness vs. Marvel Zombies comics?
Oh, did he?
He killed a parallel version of Ash.
Oh, okay, so not the main one. All right, no, that's more acceptable then. But he's basically one of those joke characters that no one ever really takes very seriously. So it's like, it's not the last thing you expect to see in the modern day Marvel movie.
So why did they bring him back if he's so poorly regarded?
Because that was back when George Lucas had his turn with things. Marvel's in control now.
I doubt he's actually going to get his own movie. So
I highly doubt.
I mean, they were lucky they managed to market this one well. I don't think you're going to have that same, like, lightning's going to strike twice with Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm looking for another Avenger by the time Avenger 3 comes around. I can totally see him taking on Thanos.
Absolutely.
Only if he says the phrase, "You're despicable" at some point.
That's Darkwing Duck.
No, that's Daffy Duck.
Yeah, it's that.
Did you never watch Looney Tunes?
Are you not a Warner bro?
No, I
I see what you did there.
Wait, what?
You're not a Warner bro?
I did. It's just been a while.
Fair enough. Yeah, so...
And like, yeah, like, as you said, you did not laugh, but like, we
we
lost it.
Yeah, I didn't know Howard the Duck. I saw a duck.
It's like what happened when Thanos appeared at the end of the Avengers. Half the crowd went, "Whoa!" And the other crowd went, "Who the fuck is that?"
What?
Like, what is this weird, like, butt chin guy?
Ben Affleck?
That's his. No, it's gonna be a new Batman movie.
Oh my god.
Or you were like me and somewhere in between and could tell that it was someone significant, but was wondering who the fuck is this, and just asked one of your comic book friends after you left the theater, "Hey, who was that purple guy?" It's like, okay, thanks.
The funny part was, like, after he's got that end credit scene, some guy in the back goes, "Oh no!"
And then he's going to say, "Hey, as long as George Lucas doesn't get his ass," yeah, that's true.
It's like, at least it's not George Lucas in here. Yeah, at least there's not that.
I was only one of 4 people who stayed for the end credit scene, so...
Party poopers.
Oh, 50% rate, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So there's roughly half. All right.
Yep.
So, that being said, let's move on to trailers. Sarah, I apologize, maybe you lost in some of these, but maybe you've seen them and you can chime in wherever you feel like it.
Sure.
So, first one we got was Into the Woods. I know nothing about this movie.
Basically,
The musical?
Yeah.
Are they making it as a musical?
No.
No.
You know,
probably
they
not.
are. They are.
They are?
Is it?
Hold on, hold your excitement, hold your excitement.
However,
they have changed the second half of it.
What's the...
what does that mean?
Why? Okay, so...
It's basically, let me put it this way.
Okay, so the, Into the Woods is a Broadway musical that basically takes and combines fairy tales, and basically Act 1 is the happier versions of fairy tales that most of us know.
Mm-hmm.
Act 2, on the other hand, things get really fucking dark, and it's closer to the goriness of grim versions of
sounds like
the fairy tales mixed with more modern conventions like prostitution.
You know, for kids.
Basically, they're going the Disney route and not killing off, you know,
everyone.
yeah.
and they're not
Except
gonna,
moms.
And they're
Moms
not
are fair game.
Gonna make Little Red Riding Hood a
And parents. Parents in general.
Probably not.
They're probably oriented.
Although apparently they added a new song by Stephen Sondheim, so...
We'll see what happens there. I clearly have no opinion on it. So, you got anything on it?
nope.
Okay, so that's
Don't
mostly
know
Sarah's
anything about
expertise on that one. So,
Alright.
this one I'm sure some of you guys have something to say about this one. Dumb and Dumber 2.
This was a slightly modified trailer.
Slightly, very slightly. Yeah, they didn't show the actual cat butthole in this one.
Yeah. Oh, and they took out the old woman and they added something else.
Oh yeah, that's it. I forgot about that one. But
I have not seen this trailer, but I'm not a fan of this franchise.
I liked the first one. Okay.
The first one was good.
Second one was done by completely different people. Like this
Different
one,
actors, different everything.
Yeah, like this
Yeah.
one, they actually got the Farley brothers in the original cast back.
Yeah.
And I like Jeff Daniels. Oddly enough, I think Jeff Daniels looks funnier in this movie than Jim Carrey does. To be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like he's
Jim
more.
Carrey looked exactly the same as before.
He looks older. You can see some lines there, but
Yeah. They
no.
both age, you can tell.
yeah, but like no, oddly enough, I think I love Jim Carrey, but I feel like he's kind of phoning it in the past few years. I mean, Kick-Ass 2 aside, I thought he was great in that.
Oh, that was the new thing he added.
What was that?
look at the hotties, 12 o'clock. But that's 3 hours ahead. Why can't I look at them now?
Oh, that was a good line. That was actually pretty funny.
Yeah.
There's a part where it's like, they're looking at each other, it's like, oh, Jeff Daniels looks and he goes, hello, 2 hot chicks, 12 o'clock. He's looking at him and goes, that's 3 hours from now. Why can't I look now? It's like that.
I think the last thing I really liked Jim Carrey in was Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless
Well, yeah, it's because that was a great movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's like, I don't think it looks terrible, so I think it has potential.
I think, I'd be willing to see it. I mean, definitely looks better. It looks better than Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah.
But maybe it won't top the first one, as, you know, rarely any sequel does.
Yeah. Well, the Farley brothers haven't really been on their A game lately.
Okay, speaking of unnecessary, Annie. Anyone got anything to say about that one?
Not really.
Nope.
No.
Skip.
It's just, I mean...
I've seen the trailer. I like the original musical. I appreciate that they're updating it for a more current audience, but I don't think I'm gonna go out of my way to see it.
You know what I think is gonna happen? I think Annie's gonna slowly destroy Jamie Foxx's life. He's gonna go insane. He's gonna change the name to Max Dillon, and he's gonna work at Oscorp. Thank you for those who got that.
Very well may happen.
And I think I made a joke in the movie. I've got this. This is a newer trailer for this one, but this is the most original title since we bought a zoo.
Oh yeah.
Maze Runner.
I
Guess what they do?
run through
I
the
have
maze.
no idea.
Play poker.
Hey, hey, do you know what the Guardians of the Galaxy do? They guard the galaxy.
Except they
Touche.
Don't really.
They don't really, and not till the end.
Still, they guarded the damn galaxy.
Dude, fair, that
At
was
least
kind
this
of
little portion of it right here.
apparent.
It's a galaxy, not the universe.
I see. All right. I don't know.
Well, yeah, that one just looks kind of...
It sounds like I got different trailers than you did.
You probably did.
But the funny thing is, like, that Into the Woods trailer, they said that was supposed to be before Guardians of the Galaxy, like, most likely. But then again, I've gotten screwed over in that department before as well.
Yeah, it happens, best of us. But anyway, so this one I'm actually excited for. Big Hero 6.
Yay!
No idea.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
Yeah, that one looks pretty funny.
This is another Marvel property, which basically...
But it's being animated by Disney.
Yeah. So, same studio behind Frozen and Wreck-It Ralph.
Okay.
So-
I like Frozen. I never saw Wreck-It Ralph.
It was okay.
I enjoyed both movies, so I'm looking forward to this one. Also, it's kind of nice considering that now, you know, it's kind of an Asian-centric, you know, cast of characters, even though the people voicing them are
Well, like they blend it. They
like all but one person, I think.
perhaps, yeah. Well, it's like a blend between San Francisco and Tokyo. If
Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like, what if? So it's like, what if
Definitely
Japan? What if Japantown basically just like expanded and
Right.
took over the entire city?
Okay.
Maybe that's kind of, I mean, that's what the guy in the whatchamacallit mask.
knows.
Thank you. This is why I do anthropology. I would piss so many people off. But yeah, it looks fun. It looks entertaining. It looks like it's got a good cast behind it, so I'm looking forward to it. And great animation too.
Oh, yeah.
And last one, Grant, you and I may have different feelings on this one. The Hobbit 3.
I do, like I said, I think it's mostly because I've been kind of disappointed in the movies, but I do think this probably will end up being like the best one of the bunch.
I think
Because like it's
that would.
technically speaking, they've been improving. Like even though I enjoyed the first one more than the second one, I know the majority of people liked the second one more. So it's like
Yeah,
okay,
that was okay.
because I mean this one looks like more in store with like what people kind of expected. Like it's gonna have, you know, that epic finale, but it's gonna have some like good, you know, warring between the communities, which I'm which I'm looking forward to. I think it's just had they.
Give me a second.
Yep.
Sorry. Of course, my whole opinion is just had they just cut this down to no more than 2 movies, this probably would have been a lot easier to stomach.
Doesn't bother me as much, but hey.
Yep. No opinion. I did not see either of the Hobbit movies.
You've never seen any of the Hobbit movies?
Me
I have
neither.
not. No.
Dear God.
I know. Yeah,
I
I
got-
know. I know that was a surprise for you.
Well, I got the first
I've
one,
been
so
out
we can
of-
all watch that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the second one,
What
so.
to? I sat through 2 of the Lord of the Rings movies. I don't.
You didn't like the Lord of the Rings movies?
I like them. I would like them better if they were shorter.
Watch the director's cuts. They actually make it slightly better because they tend to fit in a lot more either entertaining stuff or stuff that makes things make much more sense.
Yeah, okay.
Just don't watch it back to back. Good God.
Okay.
I had a coworker once who went to a marathon showing of all 3 Lord of the Rings movies in one day.
Okay.
Oh.
right, we gotta wrap this up because I gotta get out of here. So yeah, I think it has potential. I like that it's looking more at the political side of things. I like how it's focusing more on the drama rather than just going from one action set piece to another. So I think it's gonna be good. On that note, wrapping us up really quickly, Guardians of the Galaxy, really liked it. Go see it.
Yes.
Yes.
Affirmative, a positive.
So
awesome.
now that we're all unanimous on that, Brian, fix my goddamn car. And
I'm taking this with me. I don't know what you're talking about. It's mine now. I need this.
And I will be out of town for next week. Thankfully, it's the only movie we need to cover this week, so we're good. But when I get back, we will check out TMNT and What If. So, see you guys later.
Later.
Bye.
What if? What's that?